What is going on, everybody? It's Nothing But Skills, and in today's video we're going to be showing you a build that will help you guys destroy the first boss in seconds. Now remember, you might want to have 1, 2, maybe 3 people even run this build, and then everybody else could just run an oxidizer along with yourself, and then of course you want to have one healer who will be overcharging. In this scenario we had, I think everybody was running oxidizer except one player, and he was running a skill build. So that is just something for you guys to keep in mind. But look how quick this boss goes down. Within seconds, he is completely gone. I decided to run an oxidizer and a turret, and I put the turret, as you guys saw at the very beginning, behind him. Voila. That's simple. That boss did not even have a chance when you have that many oxidizers going off. So I recommend maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 players running this build. And you guys actually might have seen a version of this build on my channel, but let's break it down on how I run it. So I don't want to go in too much detail with this build because I already have a video for that, and you can check my title update 10 build playlist and you can find it. But I did make some small changes, and I want to show you the exact build I run for the oxidizer build. So you can see that we are running 6 yellow, and I am running technician class. That means that I could actually sacrifice one of those yellows for blue and just add more armor. So for the mask, I'm running the hardwire mask. I do run a 3-piece hardwire. As you can see, I had 3 pieces on there because you want that skill haste and that skill damage from the 3-piece to 15% skill damage, 15% skill haste. And then you want to have that skill tier. Skill damage, you're always going to prioritize that for this build. Then for the mods, you'll always put skill haste on there. So skill damage, skill haste. For the chest piece, we're running a 2-piece. Hanayu, that's going to give us 10% skill haste, 10% skill damage. We do have skill haste, skill damage on here. And then we are running glass cannon because this is going to amplify all the damage we deal by 25%. So that means my skills are going to do 25% more damage. Now it does have a red roll on there, so I put headshot damage. Now for the holster, this is our 2nd piece of hardwire, and then we prioritize skill damage. And then the same thing for the knee pads. You want to prioritize skill damage. So skill tier, skill damage, exactly how you want those pieces to be. Now for our gloves, we have Wyvern Wear, which is going to give us 10% skill damage, and then we have skill damage and skill haste. Now the backpack, we're running the name Hanayu backpack, force multiplier, and then this is going to give us perfect combined arm. Shooting an enemy increases your skill damage by 30% for 3 seconds. Now the tricky part about this is if you don't shoot them, you lose out on that 30% damage, versus if you use tech support and you get a kill, you'll have 25% damage. So give and take extra 5% damage. But ideally, we're going to try to go with the harmony and that talent, so that way we have perfectly in sync active. We'll be getting 40% from our weapon. We'll be getting 30% from the backpack, and then the chest piece amplified 25%. So a lot of damage stacked right there. Now the skill that everybody should be running, no matter whether you're running skill build or not, is the oxidizer. Look, 178,000 damage, 11-second cloud duration, and then if it gets overcharged, it's going to increase by 20%. And not only that, the duration goes up by 30%, the radius goes up by almost 90%, which is crazy, right? A lot of improvements when we get overcharged. That's why even if you're not running a skill build and you have teammates running the oxidizer, it helps melting that boss. Now the next skill I choose to run is, I like running the turret because it's sustained damage. It's giving me 124,000 damage, right? And the duration is 180 seconds, which is going to last through the battle. But then when I get the overcharge, I'm going to get an additional 55% extra damage, and then almost 100% plus more health when I get that overcharge. And that's why it's amazing to help put out sustained damage while I'm launching my oxidizer. Now we had, I want to say, 2 skill builds. I know for sure I was running one, but we had 4 oxidizers, and then we had some DPS builds, and we were able to melt this boss. So imagine if we had almost everybody running a high skill build, and we had the one healer overcharging, how much faster this will go. So you guys test it out yourself, enjoy it, have fun. If you guys already knew about this, well, now you know some more. This is how I run mine, and this is how we're able to take this boss down so quick. I would have never thought that you could beat a raid boss in 30 seconds. Well, this is almost like Buddy and Lucy all over again, where you can drop them so quick, so fast. Well, that's the build, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I do run this same build for the whole first part, so the lead up to this fight, I do run the same build. And the only thing I do really change is I run the turret, but I run a striker drone too. So that allows me to target enemies, use my harmony, get that extra 40% damage. And then of course if the healer does give us an overcharge, my skills are just gonna hit that much harder. And I've always been a big fan of skill builds for clearing mass areas when you have a lot of enemies, as you're seeing at the very beginning of the raid, right? You're in one section, a lot of enemies keep rushing you, and skill builds are great for clearing out those enemies fast, quick, because it's a lot of sustained DPS. Yes, red builds work just as good too, but who doesn't like their skills to just clear out everything? But yeah, so that's what I typically do for the first part, and then I do switch to more of a red build throughout the rest of the raid. But for the first part, I run the assault turret, I run just the regular turret, I run the assault drone, and then I switch to the turret and then the oxidizer. So that is my setup, and that's it. That is what I run for the first boss. I think a lot of you guys will benefit from this video. If you guys haven't tried this out, you guys will make it through this. This boss isn't too hard to do. This just makes it a lot easier. Beating a boss in 20 seconds, I mean, who doesn't want to beat a boss quick, fast, easy, and efficient? Alright guys, we'll wrap it up here. I'll see you guys in the next Division 2 video. But until then, Nothing But Skills is out.